Welcome to the Productive Life Podcast. In this episode, we're talking all about my team. I don't know about you, but I love hearing who other people have on their team, what they're doing, and you are going to get all the juicy details about my team in this episode, so definitely stay tuned. Welcome to the Productive Life Podcast, hosted by me, Megan Minns. This is the podcast for entrepreneurs who want to be more productive in their business and their personal life. Because as a business owner, your business and personal life are connected, and we can't talk about one without talking about the other. Each week, you'll learn about productivity, organization, personal development, self-care, business strategies, and more. And now, let's get started. I don't know if you know this or not, but I actually have a master's degree in organizational and human resource development. I have several years of professional corporate experience in human resources and recruiting, and I was the chief operations officer for one of my dear friends, Mariah Coz, as she was building her team. So safe to say, I always have a weird, I don't want to say obsession, but interest in how people have structured their business, who they have on their team, what they're doing. And I always think it's so fascinating. So I wanted to share with you what my team looks like. Since I have made some changes in 2020, I figured I'd give you the update. So I'm just going to jump right in and give you kind of the high level overview of who is on my team and what they're doing. So of course, there's me. I am actually the only full-time employee of the company, and I do all of the content creation, especially for courses, for the podcast, and I do all the high-level strategy. I do all the webinars. I'm definitely driving the ship right now, and that's okay. And I think a part of a CEO's role is always going to be to seeing the vision, setting the direction, and regardless of what your team looks like, I think that's one of the coolest parts about having your own business is that you do get to set the course and the direction and see the vision and see the possibilities, and then you build the team around you to support you. So I do hope to have full-time employees one day. But we're not quite there yet. And I think that's okay. A lot of times I think as business owners, we feel like we have to do one thing or the other. We have to have employees. We have to have contractors. We want to do it alone. There's pride in doing it alone. I love having a team. I think contractors are amazing. And I think that even when I do have full-time employees, I'll probably still have some contractors as well. So right now it is me and then 4 contractors. So I have an operations assistant, a marketing assistant, a graphic designer, and a podcast editor. So that's the team right now. So my operations assistant, her name is Paris, and she actually almost everyone, the entire team, but my podcast editor just started with us in February of 2020. So we're a brand new team, and I just love it. So I have my operations assistant, Paris, and she oversees all the project management. She manages the content calendar, not the strategy part, but all the tasks that it takes to get a podcast up and running. So she's our project manager. She does all of our metrics. She handles our inbox, handles customer service, refunds, billing, and scheduling calls. She runs and takes notes during our team meetings. She does a lot. She is definitely my right-hand person in the company, and I'm so grateful to have her and have someone else. She also does our tech and our systems, which is amazing. So yeah, that's my operations assistant. Her, I want to share KPIs as well because I think that can be really helpful. So every person on my team has a KPI or a key performance indicator so that we're all super clear on why they're doing everything they're doing. And that includes me. So my KPI is the revenue and the profit. So that's on me. And if I had to pick one, I would say it would be profit since that covers everything. But it's up to me to make money in the company. That's my job. That's my KPI. And Paris's KPI is actually the number of testimonials we receive. Part of Paris's job is also fulfilling our products and programs. So Intuitive Execution has a Facebook group. If I'm ever doing any type of live Q&A call, any one-on-one coaching, Paris is the one who's taking all of those testimonials, editing them, organizing them. And I think it really reflects as a company how we're doing, how happy our students and clients are when we get a testimonial. So the testimonials could come in through a Facebook group, through a private message, through an email. And so we're constantly gathering them from all the different places that they come from. And Paris's responsibility is the number of testimonials we receive. Now, obviously, she's not the only one who plays a role in getting testimonials, but it's a really nice outcome to set that every single time she's replying to an email, every time she's handling any interaction, it's kind of with that ultimate outcome in mind, that we want to surprise and delight people. We want to over deliver. We want to just really do what we say we're going to do and give value to our community as well. So testimonials includes just someone who might send a message thanking us for the podcast or shouting us out on social media. All of those count as testimonials, so free or paid. And so Paris's KPI is doing what we can to continue to get more testimonials across the board. So that's really cool. And then we have our marketing assistant. Her name is Samantha, and she is a whiz at all things social media in particular. So she is really my marketing strategy partner. So when it comes to strategizing how we want to promote something, how we want to get more leads into our funnel, how we want to get more people registered to our webinars, she and I are kind of the people brainstorming about that. So she also is putting together like Instagram posts for me, proposing topics, SEO research, revamping Pinterest, writing emails. So kind of anything in the marketing realm. Sam, I call her Sam instead of Samantha. She is really the one kind of spearheading and owning that. And her KPI is actually the number of leads that enter our intuitive execution funnel. So that way, everything she knows, like we're not just posting on Instagram to post. I mean, we do want to give value. We want to build a community. But from a business perspective, like our ultimate goal is to convert people into leads for our funnel. And so everything we're doing has a strategic purpose. So yes, there's other things that benefit from that, but ultimately at the core, like that's what we're trying to do. So that is her KPI. So she's also starting to transition into a little bit more of like an ownership around that. So she's going to come to me with proposals for ideas and projects on how we could get more podcast listeners or make more money or get more leads to the funnel, or if we should do JV webinars, all the things marketing. She's my assistant, and so she'll handle a lot of the execution around that kind of stuff, which is amazing. And then I have a graphic designer. So someone like a graphic designer, her name is Emily. She's amazing. We don't have a KPI for the graphic designer. If I had to set one, it would be like getting them done in a timely manner. But I think there's sometimes a difference between like the level of involvement and even different contractors. And so someone like Emily, she really is doing mostly like executing tasks. So we're for the most part telling her what to do. Now she's being really creative and creating incredible graphics for us, but it's not necessarily like she is supposed to like come up with new things for us to do graphic wise at this point. So she really is doing the graphics for mostly our podcast and everywhere we syndicate it. So Instagram graphics, Instagram stories, Pinterest graphics, YouTube thumbnails, all of those things. And then she plays a big role anytime we're doing a new launch or a new offer in helping create those. So very excited to have a dedicated graphic designer on the team. I've never had one. It's always been me and my VAs just using Canva and doing our best. And so it feels really nice to have someone whose true zone of genius is graphic design. And I love the feeling of, her sending me mock-ups and, thumbnails, and I just get blown away every time. So cool to have someone on the team who's really owning graphics. And I'm excited to have someone like that as I go forward in doing launches, doing new webinars. I think it's going to be a huge asset for the company overall. And then our fourth team member is our podcast editor. So that's Daniel, who's putting together this wonderful podcast you're listening to right now. And he's great. We've been working together since I launched the podcast. And I'm so grateful to have someone else to come in and listen to me talk. Just me. Most of my episodes, as you guys know, are solo episodes. So Daniel sits there and gets to listen to me and try to make me sound a little bit more professional, which is always appreciated. So grateful. Daniel right now does largely our podcast audio, and he will do some videos whenever we need him to do some. So it's a little bit more one-off at this point. We're not regularly doing videos. And anytime we are syndicating the podcast to YouTube, right now, that is our marketing assistant who's kind of handling that, since we don't really need like a full-blown video editing process for that yet. But that'll change. So anytime we have done a one-off YouTube video or IGTVs, that has been Daniel in the past. So he is kind of mainly our podcast editor, but he does do some video as well. So that's the team. It's the 4 of us. I guess 5 of us, including me. So it's the 5 of us, and I'm so grateful to have this team. Like I said at the beginning, most of us, I'm not new, but like the whole team being a function is new as of February of 2020. I've worked with many wonderful contractors over the years, and it finally feels good to be at the place where I have multiple team members helping. That way we can all really focus on the things that we love focusing on. We can collaborate, and it feels a lot more like a true team and less like a solo business. So grateful for my team. Thank you to my team. If you guys are listening, thanks so much for everything you do to help make the business possible, to help grow, not even just grow the business, but grow our impact and reach new people. And I'm just so grateful to work with such wonderful humans. And I'm excited to continue to grow the business going forward. I already have my eye on a few different positions that I'll be opening in the next, definitely one in the next couple of months. And I'm sure more over the coming year, which will be really fun. So that is my team. So I'm really curious. If you enjoyed this, I would love for you to share it on Instagram stories. You can take a screenshot of this and tag me so that I can see it and share it. And I just would love to know if it was helpful or interesting to hear how someone else has their team structured. I geek out over that stuff. So I hope that was interesting. And if you have any questions about building your own team, who to hire, how to hire, when to hire, any fears or concerns around hiring, I would love to hear from you because I love team building. I love hiring. Like I said at the beginning, I have just tons of experience in it, and I'm really excited to start sharing more here on the podcast in particular about how to grow the team that you want, as well as how to manage and lead your team, how to delegate, all of those I was about to say cool topics, all of those fun hiring and leadership topics. So if you have any requests, any questions, anything you would love my insight on, specifically on a podcast episode, I'd love to hear from you. So please send me an email. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment below. And if you're listening to the podcast, you can always just shoot me a DM on Instagram. My handle is just Megan_Mins. And let me know. I would love to hear from you. That would be amazing. And as far as what's going on over here, there are a few different ways that we can work together and that you can kind of take your learning to the next level. So I do have a free masterclass that's available. You can go to meganmins.com/training, and you'll learn how to achieve your goals while working less and having more fun. Living this way, working this way has changed my life for sure. And I can't wait to kind of share with you how I do that. How you can break the burnout hamster wheel, stop feeling overwhelmed, give up your perfectionist tendencies, and start taking fast, inspired action. So again, that's meganmins.com/training for that free masterclass. And I am launching a brand new high-level group coaching program this year. Very excited. So something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's finally time. So if you want to go to meganmins.com/apply, you can learn more. At the time you're listening to this, it may still be a wait list where you can just get a little bit of information and indicate that you're interested. Or if you're listening to this later, it might be way more information about the actual program, what's included, how to apply, all of that amazing stuff. But this will be a high-level group coaching program, and I'm so excited to work with other CEOs who are looking to build their team, hit their goals, feel amazing, get all of their work done in like 3 or 4 days instead of every single day working 24/7, have hobbies, all of the wonderful things that have been transformative in my business, in my life, as well as my clients' businesses and lives. I'm really excited to bring this to a group experience. So again, that's meganmins.com/apply. I would love to have you in the program if it's a good fit. So thanks so much for listening. I can't wait to hear from you, and I will chat with you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to the Productive Life Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much to me if you would share your biggest takeaway on your Instagram stories or wherever you hang out. This helps me understand what you find the most helpful so that I can make more episodes and resources like this. If this podcast has helped you at all, please take just 1 minute to leave a review on iTunes so that we can help spread the word about the Productive Life podcast with others who may enjoy it. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast to get the latest episodes sent to you directly. To learn how to work with me one-on-one or get instant access to freebies, trainings, templates, workshops, and more, be sure to go to meganmins.com right now. I'll see you in the next episode.